What's up? How you doing? Thank you for coming. Yes, sir. How are you? Gotta make some more. That was only 1/4 of the whole. The waffles usually this big. Another one's coming. I forgot it was Saturday. I thought it was Sunday. And it's Saturday. What is it? Saturday at 12 p.m. Lunchtime. Big Daddy's having breakfast. What up there, farmer? How we doing? Welcome to Farmer Blog Official. Let me drop you up here. Thank you for coming, my brother. There we go. I'm gonna check this waffle. Waffles cook just has to cook a little bit more. You guys make waffles in the Philippines? Or just pancake? Probably pancake more so, right? Pancake. Pan. I don't know where everybody says pancake. It's pan cake. Pancake. Your camera's dead? Oh, that's not cool. What happened to your camera? You drop it? Thank you, farmer. Are you living on the farm? Good morning, good evening, good morning, simply. Oh, simply aqua. Good morning, my dear. Thank you, Aiko. Ako, si Mang Domang Simply. You miss Daddy, Simply? You're up so late. Are you in the Philippines right now? Are you chilling in the Philippines? You got the free. Oh, there's your doggy. Let's have a moment of love to Simply Aqua. She lost her doggy yesterday. Hugs and kisses to her. Thank you for the good morning. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. I know you do. I'm only playing with you. Daddy's only joking with you, honey. I know you're there. There's your post on your doggy. I know you live in the Philippines. Let's make lots of money. You got the brains. I need to get a little little hot coffee over here. Excuse me for a moment. I had waffle, made a homemade waffle. The waffles, the waffles are 4 sections. They're like this big. So far, I had 2 little squares. I made the one square with chocolate chips. First one was with chocolate chips, and then I had whipped cream. And then the second one was with chocolate chips. And I don't use syrup. I use butter because with the chocolate chips, it's good. If it was plain, I would probably use syrup, like what do you call it? I'll show you. Maple syrup. Usually butter and maple syrup. And this is my coffee here. I know you do that. That's heavy cream, no sugar in heavy cream, so that's good. And I have some equal here, which I think you're better off probably eating regular sugar when you're doing this instead of really putting this in your body. I'm debating whether I'm going to have another piece of waffle. My mom, she loves waffles. And she likes it with vanilla ice cream, blueberries, and whipped cream. In that order. The coffee's not real hot. I'll warm it up a little. It's very good. It's not real. I mean, people use it on waffles, pancakes. It's maple syrup. I don't know how it is there, but maple syrup is the most common syrup that people use on pancake, on waffle. Some people in like Perkins here, they make a blueberry syrup that some people use. I think they make maybe 5 different types of syrup for their pancakes and waffles, but the most common one, which is really, really good, is maple syrup. And that maple syrup there is actually pure maple syrup. That there is really, really good maple syrup because there's nothing, it's only maple syrup. If you buy something from the store, as well as I do, it might taste good, but they always put some other stuff in it. So the that's the only bad thing. This here we use for cooking. So if you were to use if you were to make bread, and you wanted to use yeast, if you were going to make a yeast type bread, which usually that's what people do, they'll use the dry active yeast. If you put, say, 2 teaspoons, hello, Lisa, you put 2 teaspoons in half a cup of water, 3/4 of a cup of warm water, but the water has to be between 105 degrees and 110 degrees. You have that water, you put the 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, and then you put your yeast on top of it, and the yeast actually feeds off of the sugar. It eats the sugar in the maple syrup, and that's what activates it. But you have to have the temperature, and you have to have we use the syrup because it activates it, and it's not as bad as using sugar, I understand. So good. We did it the other day. We were testing making some keto bread, and that's how we did it. That's how we activated the yeast. It's really cool to watch. I probably should do it on here. Do a thank you, Lisa. I should really do it on here and show how it actually bubbles up, and it's like, I guess, like a chemical reaction, really. The gases are coming, the gases are coming out of it, really, I guess. That's what I would think. Oh, here you go. You guys got a, let me see here. I thought you were in the United States. Let's see. Here is Lisa's premiere. Cool. Time's your premiere. Premiere is on the 29th of June at 1 p.m. That's in what, a couple of weeks? 10 days. 10 days away. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for checking out my ads. My harang. 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 Yeah, so that's the key to getting the bread to rise. A lot of times with the keto breads, they use the eggs. I was watching this one guy who's really pretty good, and he tests like everybody's bread, and he came up with like a keto bread that was with the egg and everything, because a lot of times it'll taste a little bit too moist, a little bit too eggy, so you have to kind of toast it. But if you put a little bit of, he had used a half a packet of dry yeast, and you couldn't get it to rise because there was going to be no sugar in it because he was trying to keep the carbs down on it. But he said it actually tasted really, really like real bread because it had that yeast flavor, and that's what bread is. It's a yeast flavor. I'm going to try it. I actually going to try it because I was looking at the keto doctor, and the keto doctor said his wife makes a keto bread, and she uses, even though it's keto, she uses the maple syrup. That's where I got the maple syrup idea from. So I'm going to just add the maple syrup, and I'm going to actually activate the yeast, and I'm going to see if I incorporate it in that, if it actually does something a little bit better. You know what I mean? And that would be cool if it does. Thank you for the Tamzak. I'm glad you came over. Appreciate it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? That boner, is that yours or your son's? Here's there's your link there. Yeah, because like if you, I don't know if you, the breads, when it doesn't rise, and they use really most of the um, breads that are made, they taste kind of eggy because there's so much egg in it. Um, they usually use almond flour, and the almond flour seems to be pretty good because it's actually lighter. You know, if you use, I'm sorry, the coconut flour. The coconut flour is what they use. If they use the almond flour seems to be heavier. I was thinking, they always say, I think it's half a cup of almond flour, but there's like 6 eggs, you know, and I think it's like a teaspoon of baking powder or something, like a quarter teaspoon of baking powder in the one recipe. Then one says 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and what was the other thing that's in it? There's one other teaspoon of something else. I can't remember what the heck it is. And but this I actually have still. It actually looks pretty cool, really. I forgot that I had a piece of this still. And this is the second time. It's only the second time that I've tried to make the bread. But you can feel it doesn't smell too bad. But now from it sitting here, it's a little moist. I mean, I'm not going to eat it, you know, but it looks pretty good. And I think if we tweak a couple things on it and test it, I think we can come up with something pretty good. I was thinking maybe just even if you had the almond flour and then even a tablespoon of, the coconut flour, you know, the quarter cup or half cup of coconut flour, and then like a tablespoon of maybe the almond flour, and then the activated. Maybe if you're going to use the activator, if you're going to go that route, maybe a little bit more almond flour than that, and then with the eggs and everything, maybe cut it to 4 eggs, and then just trial and error. You know, that's how everything is made, really. You know, some of the greatest things have been made by mistakes. You know, just trial and error. You keep trying until all of a sudden, but you have to write down everything that you do. So if it's good that time, you're like, whoa, you finally got it. You know, it's like being a scientist with food. And years ago, I don't know, I'm not sure. See, I haven't been to the Philippines yet, so I wouldn't know some of the things. I mean, I've been researching the Philippines for over 5 years now. But in America, we have a sandwich that's like people make it different. They either make it with, like, say, roast beef, sliced roast beef, or they make it with sliced prime rib, you know, and it goes onto a bun, you know, like a roll, not a hamburger bun, a roll. They cut it open. And in Philadelphia, I believe it was, a police officer walked into a deli there, and he said, "Hey, give me a roast beef sandwich or whatever," and they accidentally dropped the roll in the gravy, in the brown gravy. And he's like, don't worry about it. Just put it on there. And, you know, I'll take it like that. And that's how that started. You know, they end up having that on their menu. You know, it's really, really good, you know. So now it's like what the heck do they call it? Because it's like an au jus that they actually dip it in. My brain's working very slow at the moment. Not too slow, but slow enough. No, not yet. I've researched the Philippines for probably, I know it's been more than 5 years, so I know quite a bit about it. trying to learn a language, different things. Um, yeah, but when I go there, I'll get a car. And I've mapped out some stuff that I want to roll around and check out because I actually love the Filipino culture. I'm really, really, um, they know the struggle. They're hard workers. Just overall, really nice people. Um, so I look forward to that one of these days. But I'm trying to think. French dip. That's what the sandwich is called. It's called a French dip, and it's like roast, real thin sliced roast beef. They take the whole roast, put it on the slicer, put the meat, cut the roll, put the meat in there, and then sometimes they'll put the gravy on it, and then you also get a little bowl next to it, and you can dip it. And it's one of my favorite. When it's good, it's one of my favorite things from back home. Here, they make it in Daytona, in Florida. Here, not so good in this area. It's okay. Hey, Ellie's Life, how are you? I haven't been. I live an hour away from Orlando, where Walt Disney World is, and over there's one restaurant. My dad was telling me that has a French dip that's as good as New York City, which is saying something because the sandwiches there, the sandwiches are this big. That's how thick they are with meat. And yeah, they're supposed to be really, really good. How you doing, Ellie? Everything going good? I think everybody's sleeping in here. Not that there's a lot of people in here right now. I'm usually not on at this time, but I changed my schedule last night. Usually I'm up all night. Yeah, it's so good, simply. So good. And when they use um, prime rib, you got it, Ellie. When they use prime rib and they cut it really, 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 I'm talking really thin and then the way you put it on there, you just lay it, but the meat on it is it's like that. You know what I mean? And fresh, nice roll. The bread from New Jersey is so good because of the water and the humidity. And with that being said, and then the au jus. The au jus is like a bouillon, sort of like a beef bouillon. Some place make it more like a brown gravy that you would have with, like, say, roast beef, or a pot roast, that kind of. So it would be a little bit thicker. Then you would actually pretty much put that on there and eat it. But the flavor, I do it once in a while here. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't made the French dip here because usually what I do is I get a flank steak, and a flank steak is about this big, about that wide, but it's only about this thick. And what you do is you salt it, wrap it, put it in the fridge. Next day, you get your grill really, really as hot as you can get it, and you just drop it on the grill, let it sear for probably 2 minutes, and then flip it over 2 minutes, and it's pink inside. And when you cut it, you don't cut it this way. You cut it on an angle, and it makes it more tender. Whenever you cut meat and you cut it on an angle against the grain, it makes it very, very, very tender. And you put that on the roll, and then I just make depending on what I've made, I can use some of the stuff that I do. Like if I make like an adobo or something, I could even use that juice. Because we all know Big Daddy makes the best pork adobo and beef adobo. I need to have that challenge when I go to the Philippines. I'll take that challenge. Anybody want to challenge the big dog cooking some pork adobo? I got you. Yeah, but I'll tell you, I love that. That's Italian food is probably my favorite food, but that is like, I'll tell you what. It's really good. I probably have a picture here. I know I might have it. I might have it on my private there. I have I have videos from construction that I wanted up and some other things that I have there. That's why you come on my page now. All my live streams are kind of gone. I have those on private. There's like 700 of them on private, but I'd rather people. I'm going to start doing other types of video. So the live stream, you're on the live stream. They're so long and drawn out. People aren't going to go back and really look at that stuff so much. So I'd rather have some instructional stuff on there. Let me see if I can find my picture of the adobo. Let's see. My sinuses are really bothering me today. They're always bothering me, does that? That's my chicken parmesan. You got the brains. I have so many pictures, guys. It's like, I wish they had a different way of doing it. Jersey Mama, when she comes out here, she'll be happy because there's waffle mix here. Okay, here's the pork adobo. Let's see if I can you see that? There's the pork adobo. Let me see if I can shrink it. Can you see the pork adobo? Yeah. And there it is. I put it over. Actually, I put it over rice with mashed. I always mash the carrots with salt, butter, garlic salt, and honey. And that's what I actually had. I put that on there over with the pork adobo with the rice. I made some dirty rice with the base of the pork, So it was very, very tender. You just take a fork and just pull it apart. So good. I know you would love it. It's awesome. Yippers. So that's how the big dog rolls. What you got going on, Ellie's life? You been posting anything? Let's check your page out here. Let's see. Here's some watermelon. I love watermelon. You guys like watermelon? So good. With watermelon. Yeah, watermelon's so good. The rind is really good to have, especially for a man. The white part of the watermelon is very healthy for the man. It puts a little spike in his Nike. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it looks like it's going to be a warm day out. What do we have? Yep, it is. It is 80. So it was 86 for this daily index. 91? 94. Says it's 94 degrees with the heat index. And it's overcast, guys. The sun is barely out and it's already 94. Let's see what the weather. Yeah, it's kind of hot. I'll tell you guys, it's That's right. 5.6. Good night there, Simply. Thank you for coming. Okay, now we got it. It's like 35 degrees Celsius, I guess that would be what the temperature is here. 94. It's right around there. You got the brains, I got the balls. Let's make lots of money. Hello, everybody. I'm just looking at all this stuff on Facebook. I'm going for a bike ride today in this hot ass heat. It's 94 degrees out. It's about 34, 35 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to take a little bike ride sometime today. We're going to get it going. Get that blood flowing. Time to drop 10 more pounds. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. You got the brains. I don't know why I have that song in my mind. You got the brains. I always change the words. Let's make lots of money. Might be a nice day for the beach. Let's see what the tides are today, you guys. Daytona Beach. There we go. Ooh, the tide is. It's the next high tide. It is low tide right now. Right? Nope, it's high tide. It's 3. So maybe around 5 o'clock. Be good. Oh, look who it is. It's Mind's Journey. Have a good day, Pooh. I came to give you a thumbs up. Thank you as well for coming to my live. Well, isn't that just the sweetest, sweetest thing of you? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get some sleep. Come again. Thanks, Mines. I appreciate it. Sleep well. My mom's still sleeping, kid. Thank you, though. Well, everybody, look who it is. It's Jersey Mama. Thank you, Lisa. What, Mom? I woke up at 7:30. Well, 7:17. I think 7:17. I woke up. Yeah, I made sure I went to sleep. I want to get back on track. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa. You got the brains. Did you watch the whole game, huh? There's I made waffle mix. I made waffle.
Yeah, I found a recipe to fix that pan.
The
The
what?
vinegar, the white vinegar.
Yeah.
Take 1 cup of water, 1 cup of white vinegar, put it in the pan, boil it, turn off the thing, and then put 2 tablespoons of baking soda and let it sit there.
Yeah, I don't think it'll work.
You know that stuff?
One thing says heat the pan up, do the same thing what you just said. No, I don't think it'll work. You try it, but I don't think it'll work. When you got the brains. I'm hungry still. I didn't eat much, but
No?
I had 2 squares. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't eat anymore. I only made it 1 square at a time.
Yeah.
But I couldn't eat more than that. It's too much. And I had enough.
Is the deep and boisterous round, Claudette. So as we go through your Sunday, Claudette is
It's supposed to rain all week, I think. Thunderstorms.
and out down here into central Florida. We are looking at an increasing fuel showers and thunderstorms. I'll think the coverage of rain tomorrow, so right around 60%. It looks like tomorrow we definitely will have a better chance for some rain during the afternoon and evening out. So not a washout. But kind of like today, mostly cloudy skies, a few bits of sunshine, a better chance for those afternoon and evening storms as we head into
I might have to have
into Sunday night.
some cheeseburger on the grill.
Right around central Florida. Storm coverage rain pretty high on Monday, up to about a 60% coverage rain. We'll watch a frontal boundary back.
These guys that do the weather, they got the best job in the world. They can go outside and look at the sky and say, well, this is probably a 50% chance of rain today.
monotropic.
If it doesn't rain, it doesn't rain. If it rains, they're wrong still, because that would be 100%.
So if you're on the back patio today, kind of a gray one, slight chance for a few showers, best chance is going to be the north and west.
There's been some storms, though,
Mostly rain today, at least
up in the panhandle of Florida, I think, in New Orleans, and I think in the coast of Carolina. Past us.
Hey, a chance to win $1 million.
Oh, Father, let me find it.
What channel was the U.S. Open on? 58 or something?
Location and get RSVPs, so there's no need for you to use other apps. Then keep everyone accountable by checking who's ready. The best.
Get $2,400.
LPGA Tour is on there now.
$5,200 for an amazing $2,600.
You sure? Today's Saturday, right? You think it's going to be on the regular TV today? Because it's the weekend, you know? Yeah, it's on Channel 4. Yeah. Orlando. Nicholson.
Near the edge of the green as it goes over that mound. Base. I didn't find the cars. Gotta do it again here. Here 13.
He's not happy with it because he only got to come in a little short into the right. That'll be a slippery cut.
Yeah, so I'm not here a little better than that. So for 6. Really flat back here on this plateau.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to bounce out of here. I might have some food in a little while. I might be back on. All right. Lisa, thank you for staying. I'll see you guys.